I do kind of have a bit of a liking for a beef stroganoff, but I don't always want that really creamy, and I've never got any brandy in the house. And so I've tried to do a healthier version of my beef stroganoff. And I'm getting in there a few veggies just with my onions and mushrooms, but I would then serve this with some lovely green veg or a green salad. So let's get cooking. Tim, if I could get you, please, to slice her, and I'm using 2 different types of onions here. I've got a white onion and a red onion, just for that versatility of flavour. The Spanish onion or red onion is kind of a bit sweeter. It's got a different colour, so it's also going to add to the look. And then this one's the one that's going to make you cry, Tim.
Oh, okay.
So get your pan nice and hot. Now, I'm using a really gorgeous cut of meat here. I want a nice lean beef. This is a beautiful beef fillet.
That gets me
Look
excited.
At that. It does. Or you could use a beef rump or any of those really lean cuts, but you don't want the slow cook kind of cuts. You want the cuts that are really good as a rare steak, really. So anything that's just going to be flash cooked, I'm going to cook it literally in the pan and get it straight back out again while I cook the other ingredients. The other trick that's really important here is not to overcook. You don't want to crowd your pan and have the meat stewing in its own juice.
No.
Now, I'm only using a little bit of oil. It's a very lean cut of meat here, so I don't want to use too much oil, but you will need just a little in the pan. And I'm probably going to do this amount of meat in at least 3, if not 4 batches, so that I don't crowd my pan.
It's a really good tip because that's a mistake a lot of us make at home. We just get excited and we put all the mincemeat or all the beef or all the protein in the pan at once, and then it just starts to stew and you don't get that caramelisation because the caramelisation, that's the flavour.
Exactly, exactly. And because this is so lean and it's cut fairly thinly, it's really easy to overcook. So stand over the pan. I'm going to do that while Tim's doing my chopping. If you were doing this on your own at home, have everything ready to go so that you literally cook and it's going to be ready in no time at all.
This is Aussie beef, and these are grass-fed cows, and you can really tell there's some healthy cows there.
Australia honestly has some of the best beef in the whole world.
Absolutely.
And when I look at, red meat research, that comes mostly out of the States, and they have totally different red meat. So I do feel like a lot of the time I'm saying we need our own research here in Australia. This is absolutely fantastic, good quality meat. The majority of Australian beef cattle are on grass for most of their lives, if not all of their lives, because we've got the grassland. We've got land that you can't actually grow crops on, and it's best for animal production. So that's where this beef is coming from. So I'm going to get that beef out of the pan. Just set it aside. If your plate is nice and warm, it's going to keep your beef nice and warm. So I'm going to definitely do this in 3 batches, and then we'll be able to come back and get the sauce going. So we've got our meat beautifully browned. We're ready to start making our sauce. So a little bit of olive oil goes in here, and we can go with your onions, Tim.
Lovely.
In go all the onions.
And garlic?
And the garlic, yes, please. Thank you. You'll be pleased to know that I didn't wash my pan. You can just kind of use your wooden spoon, get those sticky bits of goodies off the bottom of the pan. That's all going to be part and parcel of our sauce.
That's free flavour there.
It sure is. Now I'm going to salt my onions at this point. And we're just going to saute this for a couple of minutes until these start to brown. And not quite brown, but, soften, go translucent. So if you're cooking your rice from scratch, do make sure, because this is quite quick the way it all comes together. So make sure that you've got your rice all ready, your salad all ready, so that as soon as this has got the meat back in the pan, we're pretty much ready to serve right away. Okay, Tim, I reckon we can put in the mushrooms.
Mushies?
The mushies go in.
Yeah, because they were quite small, I just halved them. I thought,
I like that.
Keep them a bit chunky.
Yeah. If you've got a bigger mushroom, or you've maybe used a field mushroom, which I also think are fantastic in your stroganoff, then you could slice them. But yeah, I like them like this. Let's just cook that for a couple of minutes until those mushrooms have really nicely browned and softened, and we can start to bring this together. So we're starting to look really nice in this pan now. So I'm just going to go.
What have you got there? An orange. That's a bit different.
Well, I have to admit, this is where my mum would hoof in the brandy and set it all alight.
Yeah.
But I never have cooking brandy in my house. I don't know. So I decided orange would work. instead. I mean, doesn't orange go into some brandy type things? I feel like orange and brandy go.
I think it's a really
make this
cool
up?
idea. Just to freshen everything up, add a bit of citrus. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think so. And because I'm using the yogurt, I wanted a little bit of the sweetness from the juice.
Yep.
So we are going to put the juice in.
That'll deglaze the pan a little bit too.
Exactly. A little more salt. And then plenty of black pepper. Okay. Oh,
Smells great.
citrusy smell is just beautiful, isn't it? So we can go back in with our beef and make sure that you add any of the juices that are in that pan.
Don't waste those. Do you want me to chop up some parsley? Is that to go on top?
Yes, please. That is to go on the top. And now I'm going to start to add gradually my yogurt. So just do a spoon at a time and gently, gently, gently mix it into the sauce. I'm going to add just a little splash of water to loosen it up, give me more of a sauce.
Now it's looking like a stroganoff.
It is. See, you can get that creamy, creamy look and taste and texture using yogurt over cream. And I reckon just one more. So it's about a cup or so of yogurt that I've added.
I just love how you've thinly sliced the beef and fried that off first. I've had a lot of stroganoffs in my time where the beef is so overcooked.
Tough.
Yeah.
Now, Tim, if you could fetch me my rice.
Here's some I
that we
prepared
cooked.
earlier for you.
As if by magic. So then, just serve. I've got my brown rice. Let's just tip a wee bit of this out. And I'm going to spoon my stroganoff onto the top. Look at that, with all those gorgeous onion rings. I think it makes a big difference here to do them as rings instead of dicing.
I like that. Yum.
And then onto the top, just a little greenery.
Joe, stroganoff.
Stroganoff.
I need to try this beef, Joe.
Oh, I'm in. I'm in for sure.
Okay.
You're going straight in. Beef and orange.
Yeah. You're onto something.
Works for me.
That steak is just melting in my mouth. It's so tender. The sauce is great. I love that little orange hit that you get. Mushies are lovely. The onions are nice and sweet. And I loved how you've kept them in rings. Joe Stroganoff all the way.
Yay. Thanks, Tim.